I'm going to share some of my ancestral history with you. My grandparents raised me, and when they purchased their home, this is what they paid for it back in 1953. Now, the thing is, they were hard workers. My grandmother would clean houses. My grandfather worked for a furniture company that he would design the legs of sofas for, very exclusive company. And the engineers would mass produce whatever he created. Now, he didn't get paid for that. But this shows paid in full. When my grandmother died, when my mama died, and I saw this document, I asked my auntie if I could keep it, and she said yes. Now, I want you to see this name right here. This is the owner of the furniture company. He co-signed for my granddad rather, he was my daddy too, to get this home. My grandfather built this home himself, maybe 500 square feet, raised 8 kids in this home. How many of our CEOs and managers would go co-sign for us to have a home? See, how far back are they willing to take us, and how far back can we take them? The company owner co-signed for my granddad to have a house. This is the thing. This house that started out at $150, it's close to $200,000 now. My auntie who lives there has done additions and a lot of upgrades to it, but it's valuable. She has called every week. For years, she gets a phone call every week. They are calling every week. Do you want to sell your property? And she's like, no. It's sitting on over 2 acres. It's still a small house, but like I said, all of the upgrades she's done. And generally, because they are trying to flip the neighborhood now from being mainly African American to Caucasian, they want this property and they want it bad. They don't know my auntie, and they don't know the cousins either, or her child who will inherit this property. But there you go, $150. So if we go back, they want to take us back to what, around this time. CEOs, are you ready to co-sign for your employees to have property? Are you? Are you ready to do exactly as this man and woman did who owned the furniture company that, by the way, is still in existence today? It's an exclusive company. And many of the vintage things that they have, my grandfather would simply take a piece of wood and chisel it into beautiful, beautiful shapes. They would mass produce it, put it on sofas and chairs. They made millions. But were at least willing to co-sign for $150. I don't know any manager, supervisor, or CEO who would be willing to do that today. But had they paid him what he was worth for his designs, he could have paid cash for this. Think about this, family. This is my history. And when my auntie said, oh, that was paid for, I said, no, this is our history. This is my right here to property. I believe this family knew that we had a right to have property and to have our own home. And that's why they signed for this family to have their first home that was legally theirs. Share your history as well, family. This is a little part of mine. I keep this on my ancestral altar where I honor my ancestors, because this is proof that we can work hard. It doesn't matter where we start, it's where we finish. Most of my grandparents' kids and grandkids live in very nice houses that are way, way more than that. And they loved it. They knew exactly where it started, and they always honored the foundation from which they came. And I honor the foundation from which I came. All right, guys, bye. Guys, I'm going to give you a little bit of my view here. Some of my plants are gone. Some are yet holding on. And then I'll walk out and show you a lot of things in my garden are already starting to give way to the fall. Here's my little lime tree. There's that baby lime. Maybe I'll get something out of it. I'm going to get a cover to cover that. I'll walk you over to my garden here. I'm going to cover my lime tree to make sure if it gets really cold this year that it survives till next year. So you can see the bell pepper plant is gone. It was dying. We were out of town. I wasn't here to water it. So I'm going to leave the beautiful flowers. And my tomato plant is yet holding on, baby. It is holding on. So I think we're going to do some fried green tomatoes tonight. I've already picked some that were fairly large. And I'm not sure my collard greens are going to make it. Not sure. But give you this beautiful view here in Georgia as well. I'm going to walk up. I thought my other plants, I may lose some. Since we were gone, we went to beautiful Charleston. I was able to do that ancestral prayer and offering at the ocean. It was very nice. I am so proud of my daughter. She took us on this trip. And the Airbnb, baby, I did not want to leave. It was very nice. And I was looking like, well, where you get all this money? So if they say a little black woman has robbed someone, I don't know nothing about it. I'm going to walk you over so you can see. Let's see, of course I'm doing a video. I get a phone call. So walk you over. I still haven't finished this. I have a lot of cleanup to do on this. But there's my candy corn plant right here. My beautiful crepe myrtle. My junipers. The crepe myrtles. I did 6 of them. So the little monkey grass that I planted, yeah, it's not holding on. That one said, oh, I think I'm going on. It's a little bit of greenery in it. But with me not being here to water it, it just didn't make it. That one is holding on, so I can replace those. But I'm going to give you more of my view too so you can see. Isn't that beautiful? Georgia just gives me life. Charleston, South Carolina did as well. I'll tell you more about the trip a little later on.